Hello, everyone. My name is Owen Woodard, a writer and producer currently based here in St. Louis, Missouri. As we enter Black History Month, we are reminded of the many contributions of such notables as Dr. Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, and Malcolm X. However, the women of the civil rights movement go largely ignored. Well, I'd like to invite you to participate in an effort to produce a dramatic film based on the extraordinary life of an amazing woman. That woman is Miriam Makeba. Not only was Miriam Makeba a major proponent of the civil rights movement here in the United States, but she was also a major component in the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa. For those of you not familiar with Miriam Makeba, please allow us to make a proper introduction.
Well, Miriam Makeba, Mama Africa, she's a very significant woman. This is a lady who paid the ultimate price and actually sacrificed family relations in the cause of fighting apartheid. As you know, she came to the United States in the late 50s, early 60s. And at that point, people in the US didn't really know much about apartheid. People really didn't know anything about what was happening in South Africa.
Miriam Makeba was exiled for a little bit longer than Nelson Mandela was in prison. That was the worst thing the South African government could do, allow Makeba to leave South Africa, because it was then that she managed to focus the international eye, the global eye, on the apartheid system there.
And so one of the first songs I heard from her was a song called A Luta Continua, which was about Samora Machel and Frelimo, and all of the contributions that they made to the kind of the landscape of Southern Africa. And I think she's really important because not only did she tell the story of the South African struggles, but it was really about regional struggle. It was really about Pan-African struggle. She's always been a political activist, and she's always either sung about or talked about or spoke up against, discrimination worldwide. And that's what I think puts her in this sort of vein.
The major drawback about the lives of African people in the United States, in Brazil, in Africa, in the Caribbean, is that we have a lot of people who accomplish for the people, who carry the burden of their people on their backs. But their story has never been told.
Now here's a breakdown of how your contributions will be used. We have $10,000 to be allocated for the legal cost, attorney's fees, and rights and clearances. Then there's $10,000 for the research and location scouting, which also covers the salaries for our line producers and casting director. And then we have $5,000 for production and travel costs to meet with the estate executive. This leads to a grand total of $25,000.
Some of the better known biopics of the recent past, like Ray, like Walk the Line, not only give the viewer a fair amount of information about the subject, but also casts it in an entertaining and more broadly informative light than we might otherwise see.
Well, I'm really excited about this movie being made about Miriam Makeba because we don't have that many films or just information about her out there, and she was such a pivotal African woman, or just a pivotal woman in general to kind of our international world and our international makeup. And we don't have that many stories about African women who've really changed the world and changed the scope of our world.
Our people have not really been in charge of the creative industry in terms of the movie industry to be able to tell the stories. We know that while she was in the United States, she couldn't return to South Africa. She had family that was trapped in South Africa. She lost her parents, she lost siblings, funerals that she couldn't attend, family rituals that she sacrificed just to be outside and to be a voice. I hope that this is the beginning of 50, 60 other creative works, creative pieces that will tell the story of Mama Africa, that will tell the story of Nelson Mandela, that will tell the story of Nnamdi Azikiwe, that will tell the story of Lumumba, that will tell the story of Dedan Kimathi, and several other people, Nat Turner, Malcolm X. We have a lot of people whose stories have never been told. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth. So this is we're just beginning to scratch the surface. We haven't really taken control of it yet as we should.
When you consider the success of such biographical films such as Lincoln, Ray, and Walk the Line, it emphasizes the need of films of this type because they serve a twofold purpose. Not only do they entertain, but they also educate, edify, and inspire future generations to use their own lifetimes to do extraordinary things. Thank you very much for your consideration, and God bless.